Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday mini. We are back for attempt 2 with Karina this evening. I'll be bringing her on to talk to us about spells and about magic and about witchy stuff and about crystals. Love crystals. So this is day 4 of the witching hour this week, and we are talking today again about witchy stuff. We are talking about crystals. We are talking about magic. We are talking about all the witch stuff this week. So if you do not know me, I'm Angela. I am a life coach in Cleveland, Ohio. I love going live, talking about creativity and imagination and energy, ways to live a green, imaginative, creative life where you're living in alignment with your values because it just feels good. It feels good to live in alignment. If you are, say hello to me in that conversation box down below. And if you are catching me the second time around, please, please, please drop a recycled symbol or say hello to me still that second time around so I can catch you on that second video. So I'm bringing Karina on. It says it is adding her right now. She is the creator, the founder of Incantations, the group here on Facebook. She also runs Incantations Company. She is a witch. She loves crystals. She works with crystals. She's amazing with the crystals that she works with. And I wanted to bring her on because this past weekend I had posted that post asking you for all of the different questions that you had about witches in general. Hi, love. How are you?
How are you? Hey, let me just fix your hair. Hold on, I have you on Facebook. Here we go. That was crazy.
It was crazy.
But it's all the energy. It's all the yummy energy.
Do you have earbuds?
I do. Let me go get them.
Thank you.
Thank you. First thing.
All right, so as I was saying, I have a little bit of an echo, but I'm going to keep going. Karina's going to grab her earbuds. She has an amazing group here on Facebook. It's called Incantations, and she works amazingly with crystals. Thank you, Wendy. So we're going to grab the earbuds. Hello, everyone. If you're jumping on, say hello. Let me know where you're joining me from. We're waiting just a second for Karina to grab her earbuds to get rid of the echo.
I'm back.
Perfect. Right. Yay. Julie, Incantations is awesome. It's amazing. So I have the Sacred Terrapin space. I can't hear you. Can anyone else hear Karina? Viewers, will you let me know if you can hear her because I cannot. They cannot hear you either. So, friends, she's popping off. She'll be back. Let me know what questions do you have about crystals. While we're doing that, let's talk, as it is the witching hour. So this week, for those of you who have not caught us for the first couple of days of the witching hour, let's talk about what that was while we're waiting for Karina to come back. The witching hour, like I said, I did a post last weekend and I asked questions about people had about witches in general. I did this because I'm a witch, right? And I've been really curious about what other people think, right? Jessica, yes, it might take 3 times, Jessica. And I know that society has taught us all sorts of things, right? All sorts of things about witches, and not a lot of them are true, unless you were lucky enough to grow up with a real witch in your life, right? And so I was curious what kind of questions people have, and I wanted to create a safe space for people to ask their questions, because I really felt like by going live and talking about some of these things, then maybe we would actually be able to shed some light on the things, the stuff, right, that society has taught us and answer the stuff. Hello, hello again.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes,
now.
thank
Fantastic.
goodness. Oh my
Yay.
goodness. Thank you so much to everybody for their patience. This was just, it's like a crazy day. We just went through this like storm. Literally, it was thundering, it was like shaking, lights going on and off. So that was intense.
Wow. So much energy going on all over today.
Mm, that's for sure. Anyway.
Karina, I introduced myself. Will you please introduce yourself to our guests?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I feel so honored. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Karina Del Pezzo. I am the founder of incantations.com. I am also a crystal specialist and, hey honey, and a metaphysical teacher. I do have a group, Incantations. Make sure that if you want to join, you go to group, not page, or else it'll send you to something completely different that I'm not. Anyway, that's it.
Awesome. I love that. I
Thank
love
you.
it. You're very welcome. Thank you for the introduction. And thank you for being here. I am so excited that you're here. We both
Me
run similar
too.
groups, and I love the fact that we have them. I love the fact that a lot of our followers are hanging out in both of our spaces and learning all sorts of great information. So,
Yes, absolutely. And guys, share this video, please. Those
yes,
of you guys who are in incantations, I'm not going to go ahead and dare to share because God forbid if I touch something on Facebook right now and it goes wrong. But if you guys from the group are here, please share the video.
awesome. So, when I posted over the past weekend, people asked questions about what tools real witches use, right? Like not in the movies, like in real life. People asked questions about how to choose the right crystal, realizing that like crystals are one of the things that witches use. Now that doesn't mean that everyone who uses crystals is a witch, but crystals are something that some witches choose to use.
Mhm.
And people also ask questions about spells, right? And crystals can be something that people use in spells. And so it seemed natural to, in this live, talk a lot about crystals. And so I wanted to bring you on as sort of the crystal expert in our circle, certainly for sure, to share a little bit of your knowledge about crystals. So, to start off, how did you get started with crystals?
Well, I actually come from a very long line of geologists. So I have always loved the earth. I have God, aunts and uncles who will school me till this day. You know, when they come to my house, they're like, and where does this come from? And do you know what it's made of? And what crystalline structure? So uh, they have always been around my home, always been around my family. I've always loved crystals. But I wasn't actually into crystals the way I am now until I had my first son, Lucas. He actually went to the museum and bought me a amethyst back. And then I kind of had left my spirituality to the side, and I did other things instead. But something happened when he was born where it just kind of triggered everything, and he was so into crystals, and that kind of brought me back to me, to my essence, to the things that I love. So we actually started working with crystals together as a family, and this was
I love
maybe
that.
14 years ago now. Yeah.
I love that so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Karina, are you okay answering questions that people post too?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I saw that Shannon, hey Shannon, how are you? I saw that Shannon posted a question. It's actually a question I get a lot, and I know the answer I give, but I'm curious what you say. Um, Shannon says, is it bad to let other people handle your crystals? I have a look but don't touch policy. I'm curious.
You know what? It really depends on how you feel about energy. Um, I used to be very intimidated or afraid of energy until I actually started clearing energy as a living and clearing people's homes. And when I mean that, I mean moving energy and moving entities. Um, because I'm not afraid of that kind of energy, and I'm not afraid of being in other people's energy, that doesn't bother me whatsoever. I know that I can clear the energy of the crystal using various tools like herbs, like incense, like dirt, like sound, my own hands, healing. So I'm not afraid of that. In fact, when people come to my house, I expect for them to touch it. My tarot cards is very different, but my crystals, sure. You come to my house and you want to touch a crystal, you'll probably leave with a crystal. If you like it so much, I'll end up giving it to you. So my recommendation is if that crystal means a lot to you and you work with it on a daily basis, if you know that you're going to have people coming over, kind of tuck it away. Don't share it. But if it's a crystal that you don't mind, absolutely, just clear it once you're done. Energy is something not to be afraid of. Just become a little bit more knowledgeable about how to clear your space, clear your energy, and you'll be totally fine.
I love that. I love that advice.
Awesome.
I also like the fact that you made the note, right, of things that we do have certain things, right, that maybe we tuck away, or our tarot cards, maybe certain tools, etc., that we tuck away, that maybe there's sort of a group of things that we do keep a little bit more sacred and a little more protected from energy, but that there are other things that we can share, and that there are ways to then clear it so that we can
Absolutely.
continue to use it. Yeah,
Yes, don't be scared of energy, ever. It's just energy. It's not going to hurt you.
right. Absolutely. I love that. So, we wanted tonight to talk about ways to use crystals. And I know, Karina, that you had sort of a group of, a couple of categories of crystals that you wanted to share with people to help them learn how we can use these tools and how they can potentially use these tools in their lives, and how we as witches also use these tools. So I know that one of the things that when we talk about magic, and we've talked in throughout this event this week about the fact that magic is simply working with the energy of the universe and using the energy of the universe to create a situation or change a situation in our life, and we can use crystals for that. And when we talk about abundancy, we often talk about using energy to attract abundancy towards us. So are there crystals that we can use for that?
Yes, absolutely. And let me just make a note. Abundance doesn't have to be financial prosperity. You can have an abundance of love, of good health, of good luck. So many things that we can be abundant. Joy, especially. I love that one. The crystals that Angela and I chose for tonight are crystals that are very much affordable, that you guys can definitely purchase at any metaphysical store, even museums, Amazon even. So the first one I wanted to show you guys was green aventurine. And I will show you what it looks like in a little tower. Ooh, this is difficult. It's right here. And then this comes in a tumbled form as well. I always wear it. Green aventurine is actually a stone that resonates with your heart chakra. We're talking about an abundance, right? It all starts from this space here. It's also a water element stone. It's a stone that provides you growth in all areas of your life. So I'm talking about financial support, good health, vitality, joy, again, and it actually even helps your plants grow. Something really interesting to me is our ancestors or farmers back in the day used to actually bury that stone to have their crops grow, which would bring them, of course, food, right? An abundance of food, but also financial prosperity. So they do call this stone the stone of good luck and the stone of vitality. And it's pretty resistant. It's one of the reasons why I love it. I like to keep this stone in my money altars, by my money tree, tucked in my bra. That's what we do. Crystal grids, and of course always buried it inside of my beautiful flowers and in my gardens. If you guys could see, like, this from my office is just, it's plant heaven. And I really do believe it's because of the green aventurine. So that's one of them. The other one was pyrite. Did you have a question? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Can I ask a question real quick before you move on?
Absolutely, please do.
Um, you know that I work with the moon a lot. I love crystals too, but I'm like definitely a lunar witch. I love working with the moon cycle. And I love making my moon water and using it in all sorts of things. And I love doing crystal elixirs too. So when I think about using green aventurine from what you just said, could you use it for our viewers' sake? Could you combine that with like new moon water to help your plants grow and do like a crystal elixir?
Absolutely. You can put it in water. You can then afterwards spray it on your plants. You can definitely infuse it into your plants. You can use it for even beauty. I'm actually working on restoring my locks, my curls, and that's one of the one of the crystals that's actually in my elixir and in my oil blend.
Awesome. Those are great facts, and those two are like little like witchy things that like we do, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I love that. All right, what was your other one that you wanted to share for abundance?
Pyrite, and this is again another really fun one. We've all seen it. Oh my goodness, it's so hard to get it. Here you go. So
Yeah.
this is what it looks like when it's tumbled. And I love crystals that are tumbled because they are softer, so you can actually wear them. My kids love to handle them. So this is safer than the actual raw form, and it tends to be a little more sturdy. This is what it looks like in the raw form. It's also known as fool's gold. Now, this is a stone that has both elements of fire and it also has earth elements. But what it does for you is that it gives you the energy to be able to tread forward. So sometimes we procrastinate, right? We know that we have certain things to do, but we kind of feel sluggish. This gives you the energy to be able to move forward, to create, to bring in the abundance. It's also known as gambler's stone, for the creativity, for the concentration, to bring in financial success. It's definitely one that if you're looking for abundance, if you're looking for financial prosperity, this is your tool to use.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love it too because I think that all of us are familiar with it, like as fool's gold. Like we've all come across it probably as in museums or like I know in my childhood, like I came across it in like different activities, right? So we've all probably handled it at some point in our life.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun too. It's just so pretty and sparkly.
Yeah, for sure. Julie says that she loves wearing it in her bra.
Yeah, girl, me too. You know what they need to do? They need to come up with a bra with pockets so that we stop dropping them. Seriously. I'm always losing them. I don't know about you girls. I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah, my girls aren't big enough, so it doesn't really hold them in. So if yeah, it's a problem. If I bend over, they just come out. So not my girls. The stones come out, to be clear.
That's so funny. Well, maybe one of our friends will come up with something. Something needs to happen with this whole bra situation because we keep losing crystals.
Exactly. Yes, we just a bra with pockets. Whoever's watching this and you come
That's
up with that
it.
product, we're both buying. So
Seriously, like everybody like in our community, forget it.
right. So I love those tips. What about protection? I know that we can use it to attract things in. What if we have energy around us that we don't want to attract in, or that we, the other kind of energy that we don't want much of? What can we use for that?
Oh my goodness, there's so many like stones that you can choose from, but the one that I really like is oh my goodness, I'm forgetting Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz. I picked Smoky Quartz because and over black tourmaline, and I know black tourmaline is something that is very used within our community, and most people know black tourmaline. But black tourmaline is very soft. And again, because I am always handling it and wearing it, and I keep it outside most of the time, I do recommend you using something a little sturdier, which would be the Smoky Quartz. Here's what it looks like in tumbled. I'll show you a few. Here's a nice cluster.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? I have tons of them all around here. Smoky quartz is an earth element stone, and what it does is it acts as a filter. Now, it is made of quartz, which is easily programmable. It's one of the master healers, in my opinion. You're able to program with it. You're able to call in abundance. You're able to direct energy, amplify energy. There's not one thing that smoky quartz or quartz in itself can't handle. So what it does is it acts as a filter, so it doesn't allow certain energies to come around your aura or your vibratory, your aura basically. One thing that I encourage people to do, and I love to do for myself, is I'll actually place a piece of selenite, which is another clearing stone, let's say in the front of the house or even a window at the top. And then I'll place 2 pieces of smoky quartz at the bottom. So this is acting as what I call a trifecta of protection. So the selenite, what it does is it filters also, but it calls in angelic energy, white light, the energy that we do want to come in, right? And then we'll place these 2 at the bottom so that everybody who comes into the house, whether they're humans, right, or it's energy or an entity, also gets filtered or is not allowed to come in.
I love that.
Thank
So
you.
that's like a crystal grid, right?
It is. It's a very simple crystal grid. Something that a lot of people don't know about grids is they can be very simple with just having, 3 crystals like this one, which is perfect. You don't have to have a really big, elaborate grid that's very expensive. They're very beautiful to have, but you can set up a very simple grid to protect your whole home. You don't need that many things.
I love that. I completely agree with you. When I think of a crystal grid, right? Like I think of like almost like a mandala, right? Like lots of
Mm-hmm.
layers. And so I love the fact that you shared that because I did not know that. Like it had never occurred to me to do like a simpler,
Mm-hmm.
right, triangular crystal grid. So that's such a great resource. Thank you for sharing that with
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Um, Sarah says, I'm totally drawn to quartz. I can easily find it along the lake faster and quicker than my partner, LOL.
That's so
Um,
funny.
it is funny. I know that we had talked about quartz, you and I, Karina. Will you share with everyone for a second the importance of quartz and why it's sort of like a master sort of tool to have?
Yeah, well, first of all, our earth is made of mostly quartz, right? Our body resonates with quartz. We actually have crystalline energy in our DNA, in our body structure, which is why when we are around crystals, we naturally gravitate towards them. Till this day, I haven't met somebody that sees a piece of quartz or crystal and goes, "That's ugly." Like I don't like that. Like gets turned away. You automatically want to touch it. Like I was saying before, quartz has the ability to amplify energy, right? Um, so if you're working with, for example, let's pretend this was a very expensive piece of any kind of crystal that you want to imagine, and you needed a bigger piece, but you can't afford it, which that happens all the time. All you need to do is pair it with a piece of quartz. And give me 1 second. Can you guys tone it down for just a moment? Thank you. The family. All you need to do is put it together with the other quartz, and it amplifies its energy. That's the same way that a crystal grid works. The actual quartz on the grid will amplify and call in energy. It also directs energy. If you have a natural piece of quartz, the tip of it is going to direct the energy like if you're using a wand. You can connect energy with it. You can connect clear chakras with it. It holds your intention, so it's easily programmable. You can actually give it a job. It will hold spells for you. You can put them in mojo bags. You can use them in elixirs. You can use them in smudge sprays, spell jars, candle magic. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Crystal quartz is one of the stones that is easily interchangeable. If you don't have a particular stone for any of these things I mentioned, use a quartz. You're totally fine. It will act as that.
I love that. That's so powerful. Sarah is asking, is raw better than tumbled?
It's completely up to you. To be very honest with you, I personally love raw. If you can give me a piece of raw anything with the dirt on it, with the matrix, I am the happiest person in the world. I like to see it just like that. However, being tumbled is more durable. It's smoother. It feels better on the skin. If you're doing something like jewelry or crystal healing where you're placing the crystals directly on your body, you're going to have a more comfortable feeling with the tumbled.
Awesome. So we've talked a little bit about protection and we've talked a little bit about abundance. What if we want to attract, what if attracting like good vibes? Like is there a crystal you'd recommend to like bring in or
Oh
attract
yeah.
really good vibes or energy to us?
Yes. Most of the crystals that we use will always attract good vibes. There aren't any crystals that attract bad vibes. Your intention has everything to do with it. But if I had to choose one crystal that makes me absolutely happy, it would have to be angel stone or angel quartz. And I will show you what that looks like. It's kind of hard to see it on camera. Do you guys see the
Yeah,
sparkles
all
there?
the sparkle colors.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll show you guys what it looks like on an amethyst.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I also refer to this as a unicorn stone because it does have all the colors of the rainbow. Angel Aura Quartz acts as a protector. So it has all of the things that we had talked about with the quartz. What it is it's quartz infused with platinum and silver. So it's bonded together. So you have all the healing qualities and properties of a quartz plus the platinum and the silver, which make it even more powerful. It will help you during meditation to kind of open up more. It'll help you to make more light in your body to be able to absorb more. It has this energy about it that's very happy, very full of joy that reminds you to shine or reminds you to smile. I can't help but smile when I talk about it. It's just a stone that feels so good on you and to be around you. It calls in your angels. It calls in your spirit guides. And as far as protection, oh my goodness, can I tell you, this is such a great stone to cut energy cords. It is a good stone if you are a person who does a lot of readings, if you do a lot of astral projecting, or you're in other realms. It actually acts as like a vacuum so that you don't have like little energy parasites sticking to you. But it's definitely a fun stone and very, very protective. So that's one that I always have on my desk. It's always with me, and I highly recommend for everybody.
I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And are some of these stones, they're things that people can find in incantations?
Absolutely, of course. You guys can check me out at incantations.co, not com. It's just .co. If you go to .com, it's something completely different. I always post new things on Fridays. You can always go to my page. I have many, many, many stones, many of which are not posted. So if you have any kinds of requests, you can always direct message me, and I'll be more than happy to connect you with your stone.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much for coming in here and sharing. Is there anything else you want to tell everyone or that you want to share about working with crystals or magic or just being a witch in general?
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for having me here. It's such an honor. As far as crystals, pick the ones that you love, the ones that you gravitate. Don't use the book so much and ask so many questions. If you go to a crystal shop, which is one of my number one recommendations, go to a crystal shop. If you look around and you see something you like, grab that one. You know, use your eyes, use all of your senses to direct you to which one is good for you. As far as being a witch, I love being a witch. As far as being a witch, do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Again, throw those rules out the window. Have a lot of respect for other cultures and people. Learn the right way. And again, just use your heart. Allow your heart to lead you. Lead with your heart. Absolutely. And that's that.
I love that. That's all such amazing advice and
Thank you.
advice I would have also given. You're very, very, very welcome. So, again, thank you very much. For those of you who don't know or need a reminder, tomorrow is Friday. It's day 5 of the event, and we're talking about paranormal stuff. We're going to talk about the Ouija board questions that people ask. We're going to talk about spirits. We're going to talk about energy. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I don't usually talk about in public live on my profile, like the fact that I do channel, the fact that I have been able to sense spirits since I was little, the fact that I do commune with things from other realms, the fact that, all of that stuff that people are curious about, the fact that people shared on that post last weekend, the fact that they've used Ouija boards, what do they do when they use a Ouija board, and then they have freaky sort of experiences, what does it mean? We're going to dig into all of that tomorrow. It's going to be a freaky Paranormal Friday here on the profile, so if you're interested in that, make sure to come back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern and check that out. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, checking it out. Go check out Karina. Check out Incantations. Check out her shop. She's amazing. I know that she programs all the crystals before she sends them out. I can't recommend someone enough, so make sure that you support her also. So with that, hugs and kisses, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you again, Karina, and I'll catch you all again soon.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.